Have you lost your mind?
Welcome to Cyrodiil, soldier. Here to help out in the war? First, you need training. It starts with an easy task. Fangil waits at the western Elsewhere Gate, with munitions for the siege range. The Transitus Shrine is the best way to get there and back. Veriniel can tell you more about it. If you think you don't need training, speak with Grand Warlord Sorkelin. Only she can excuse you from it. Go to Fangil at the western Elsewhere Gate to start your training, or see Sorkelin to skip training. Your choice.
Greetings. I guard this Transitus Shrine for the Dominion. Do you have questions for me? Transitus shrines are the fastest way to travel among our castles and gates, unless the links between them are broken. A castle's Transitus link is broken if all of its resources, farm, mine, and lumber mill, are owned by the enemy, or if the castle is under attack and a section of wall or gate is heavily damaged.
War is certainly good for business. We're having trouble keeping up with demand. What do you need? About time. I almost gave this to someone else. Take it to Zahn. You'll find him at the siege range, west of the eastern Elsewhere Gate. Just look for a Khajiit with singed fur.
Very flammable materials here. Watch your tail. Ah, good. Our Karen promised these yesterday. We are always running low. I have been instructing new recruits on the use of siege weapons. Much ammunition is wasted. Siege weapons are fascinating, yes? There is much to learn. There are several types, each very useful in its way. To learn about rams and flaming oil, talk to Miniel by the tower. For trebuchets, catapults, and ballistae, talk to Firamo. Of course, Walker. The range is here for that. Spend time with each weapon, firing at the targets we have set up. Talk to Firamo and Miniel, then return to me when you are done.
Yes, what do you need? Trebuchets, catapults, and ballistae are the tools of our trade. They cause tremendous damage to walls and foes. We have a few of each here. Pick one that's not in use, and fire at the targets on the range. Each weapon trebuchet, ballista, or catapult has unique abilities and uses. Trebuchets work well against castle walls, dealing massive damage. There are 3 types: fire pots, spread burning oil, stone smash walls and foes, and ice balls cause damage and ensnare soldiers in ice. Ballistae fire fast and true. They excel at destroying enemy siege engines, including rams. Standard ballista bolts smash their targets, fire bolts cause extensive burn damage, and lightning bolts shock and ensnare their victims. Catapults are excellent weapons against enemy troops. Meatbag catapults spread debilitating disease. Oil causes fire damage, and scattershot causes impact damage. No, you'll see when you fire them. The trebuchet and ballistae fire the farthest, while the catapult has a shorter range. Remembering this will come in handy during assaults on castles.
This ram doesn't want to move. The training grounds always get the worst equipment. To knock down a castle door, a ram's your best bet. Deploy one, get enough people on it to push it up to the door, then stay with it until the door collapses. Not right now, sorry. This one isn't working and we don't have any others here. Once you get out on the battlefields, you'll get plenty of chances to use rams. There's a vat you can use atop the platform here. Use it as you would any other siege weapon. Just don't pour it on me or the ram, please.
So soon you've learned all there is to know about siege engines? Good. You can buy these weapons from siege merchants at our gates and castles, yes? You should also know how to repair walls, doors, and siege engines. Enemies will batter our castle walls and doors. We must undo this damage to hold on to our castles. Siege weapons can also be damaged. Repair is often needed. Driving off attackers is always the first step. Then, repair kits can fix some of the damage, yes? Here is a practice repair kit for a siege weapon. Use it on a trebuchet, catapult, or ballista. When done, Tamriel will speak with you.
Greetings, soldier. You are always welcome here, warrior. But now, others need to speak with you. At the Elder Scroll Temple of Nem, Protector Arfir waits. She has much to tell you.
Blasphemy! The Elder Scroll of Nem has been stolen from our temple. I can tell you of the Elder Scrolls, but you will not feel their holy presence until our scroll returns. Perhaps you can help, once you complete your training. Every member of the Dominion should cherish the Elder Scrolls. Our sacred trust to protect them must be our primary focus. The Elder Scrolls are prophecies in essence, but they are much more than that. The scrolls contain records of all past and future events, but they cannot be read without a severe price: madness, blindness, even death. Many believe they were created by the Aedra, but why or when is unknown. The temples are holy places, created as housing for the scrolls to honor and protect them. We built them upon the soil of Cyrodiil, close enough to the battlefields to bestow their blessings upon our troops. The Grand Warlord orders these attacks. Access to each scroll is blocked by a gate. To unlock it, both castles protecting it must be taken away from the alliance that holds the scroll. Once the castles are captured, the way to the temple is open. The Elder Scroll must be taken from its temple and brought to one of our 6 original castles. Once there, it must be placed upon a scroll pedestal. Needless to say, capturing an Elder Scroll requires the cooperation of many soldiers. Every Elder Scroll we hold grants power to all the soldiers of our alliance. This is another reason our enemies cannot be allowed to keep any of them. Books in this temple contain information about the scrolls, if you wish to know more. When you are done here, go speak with Grand Warlord Sokolin. Anything else you need to know about the war, she can tell you.
Hold a moment, Walker. The Dominion needs you.
You are near the end of your training, soldier. We have yet to explain the tactics used to capture the enemy's castles and resources. Defenders must be overcome, and our banner must be raised on the flagpole. For castles, we must breach walls or sunder gates to reach the heart of the enemy's stronghold. All easier said than done, as you will see. We are the only alliance fit to rule Cyrodiil. Taking the enemy's castles and resources is the way to prove this. Your participation in these actions enables you to acquire equipment and weapons from Dominion siege merchants.
I determine the goals of the Dominion army in Cyrodiil. Vilya carries my orders to General Thoron and General Ataba, who post them on the mission boards. Speak with General Thoron to learn more.
Sorry, soldier. Very busy here right now. New recruit, eh? Then you need to know about our mission boards. The bounty and scouting boards are on either side of me. Every so often, Sorkelin sends Vilya over with new missions. I post them to the boards for all to see. Bounty missions are simple. Kill enemy soldiers. If you kill enough of them, come back for a reward. Information is vital to winning this war. Each scouting mission sends you to a target deep in enemy territory. If you can get there and look around, report back as soon as possible. General Ataba supervises the other missions. Speak with her to learn about them. She's on the other side of the gate.
Maces, swords, axes. Whatever happened to bludgeoning someone to
It's a
death?
fine day for war, yes? It is good that he did so, as the battle and warfront missions are under Ataba's care. Vilya brings Grand Warlord Sorkelin's orders. These Ataba posts for brave warriors to see and accept. You have questions? Battle missions send groups of soldiers to capture valuable enemy resources, yes? The farm, lumber mill, and mine around each castle support its war efforts. If we capture those resources, that castle is greatly weakened. Warfront missions are Ataba's favorites. These are major attacks to capture enemy castles. Many brave warriors are needed. Taking castles from our enemies is the key to the Dominion controlling Cyrodiil. The rest is best learned through experience. The mission boards contain Grand Warlord Sorkelin's latest orders. Ataba suggests a scouting mission to start. Welcome to the war!
Take a break!
Maces, swords, axes. Whatever happened to bludgeoning someone to death with a wheel of cheese? You there, with the rippling muscles and the confused face. Do you enjoy jumbling fun with violence? Ah, of course you do. Don't worry about these level-headed losers. No one can see me but you. You possess a special untapped talent for unhinged insanity. What does Shea Gorath always want? I am the Mad Star! The Mad God! Ironically, I'm actually quite happy. But I'm neither here nor anywhere. All that matters at the moment is infusing some entertainment into this dreadfully dull bloodshed. Well, not with that attitude, it isn't. I can teach you a trick that will swing the war in your alliance's favor while bringing a smile to the ever-changing face of your favorite Daedric prince. I'm talking about me, just in case that wasn't clear. I don't mind you mortals constantly murdering each other, but when it kill you to crack more skulls, oh, I think I have just the thing. That, my mortal friend, is a dangerous and delicious inquiry. I want to give you the power of Volendrung. Now don't be fooled by the funny name. Malakath's giant hammer is no laughing matter. Unless you're like me and you enjoy watching skulls explode. Of course not. I simply borrowed it for an indeterminate amount of time. And now you can borrow it from me to shower the battlefield with the brains of your enemies. I don't recommend literally showering in anyone's brains, by the way. Too slippery. Back in Cheesemonger's Hollow with the rest of me madness. Would you like to visit? I can open a portal and take us there right now. I don't know how often you travel by portal, but it really is quite nice. Follow me to all of the cheese-laden madness a mortal mind can handle. There's Volendrung. Wow, take it. Touch it. Love it. You feel that? That's the power of a true Daedric artifact, my friend. By the way, I forgot to mention that if you don't feel Volendrung's souls, it'll feed on yours. That's the murderous spirit! Now, go hit the other Zifkin! Are you ready? This is the best part! The killing part! Go kill the Zifkin! Well done! Now you're ready to kill all sorts of idiots! I already went ahead and summoned some for you. Charge! Giving you that hammer was the smartest thing I ever did. There may be the crazy.
Burn it!
Or maybe both. Who cares? Smash something! Don't stop now! It's the best bloodshed I've seen! Well done! Now, bring that hammer back before he gets hungry. Was as brain-bashingly entertaining as I'd hoped. I've always said that everything is better with exploding heads. You have to use this hammer in the Three Banners War. I might finally be able to watch an entire battle without falling asleep. Molag Bal already took care of that problem for you, soul shriven. Volendrung could kill you once you're done with it. Or someone else could kill you first. Or you can stop worrying about it and hit someone in the head with an enchanted hammer. You can't leave Malakath's enchanted murder hammer lying around for just anyone to pick up. You can always bring it back here to play with. Uncle Sheo's house, Uncle Sheo's rules. But if you pick up a greater artifact in Cyrodiil, you're committed. Confusion and guilt are my bread and butter. Madness is my cheese. Moral fortitude is my moulin chèvre salad. If I wasn't immortal, I'd be starving right now. We're done here. Get out! Happy head exploding! What are you still doing here? You're confused, aren't you? I get the feeling that you're a very confused person in general. You have that look about you. It would be a shame if you happened to find it lying at your feet in Cyrodiil and had no idea how to use it. Pick it up and do your head splattering best. Just put it back when you've finished. Things tend to get lost around here. Mines, mostly. I appreciate your boundless curiosity and understated thirst for power, a dependably entertaining and mentally malleable combination. I'll be borrowing many more items from my endlessly serious siblings. Someone has to keep them on their toes.
Take a break.
Hold a moment, Walker. The Dominion needs you. Our conquest of the Imperial City is underway, Walker. You prepared to do your part, yes? That is the spirit. Our sappers have established a forward base in the city's sewers. The position is defensible, but they need more troops. The Daedra are dug in like horvers, and the Pact and Covenant are making steady gains. Here, this one will mark it on your map. Report to General Nedras when you arrive. He can give you a more thorough briefing. With your help, the city will be ours soon. Walk with Alkosh, soldier.
I tell you, soldier, a city like this, it's just foul. The stench in these sewers, what have these people been eating? Hate to say it, but it might be better to let it go to oblivion. Mind you, those aren't my orders, though. Huh. Lured with promises of plunder, eh? Or are you one of those banner-rattling idealists? Sorry to say you'll be disappointed on both counts. There's very little glory to be found here. Just muck and rubble and blood. We're holed up in a stinking sewer. That should give you some idea. Got enemies lurking in every dark corner. Sneaky pack skirmishers and those daggerfall brutes. Then there's the Daedra. Hundreds of them. Thousands. So you're not running for the hills, eh? Going to stay and fight? All right then, let's get to work. I need you to help clear this place out. We've barely got enough room to breathe. Hunt down enemy bannermen and those Daedric beasts and slay them. Simple as that. War is a game of numbers, friend. I'm sure I don't need to convince you that the numbers are not in our favor. If we want to claim the White Gold Tower, we've got to even the odds. One last thing. There's a woman here in the city, a Dragon Guard warrior calling herself the Drake of Blades. She's brought us some valuable intelligence, but she's up to some mischief, I know it. If you meet her, stay watchful.
Meet me among the tradesmen. Quickly, if you please.
Your general was telling you to keep an eye out for me, right? Here I am. Right, I'm sorry. Introductions should come first. I apologize. I am the Drake of Blades. Blades, yes. I'm a member of the Dragon Guard, or I should say the true Dragon Guard. We were driven underground by the Empress Regent Clivia. Just as well. We are sworn to serve the true heir of the dragon. She is certainly not that. I'm conducting an investigation. The only investigation that matters. Your friends have provided a great distraction with all their fighting and dying, but I've hit a wall and I need help. I wouldn't ask if it weren't important, believe me. Because you're not an idiot. You're not an idiot, are you? Sorry. I'm looking into a plot. The plot. Molag Bal is looking for something. Something powerful. I fear that if we don't find out what it is, we'll all pay dearly. Truthfully? No. Not yet. But we can change that. I need an extra set of eyes and ears. You look strong, reasonably capable, assertive, so on and so on. If we pool our assets, we should be able to foil Molag Bal's plans. In the districts, there are 6 in all. Molag Bal has tried to cover his tracks by scattering his operation, hiding it in plain sight. But he's prideful and sloppy. He's left clues. We just need to find them and piece the puzzle together. Simple. Your clumsy militiamen have staked out routes through the drainage system. They rolled out ladders to mark the entrances. The hub is just over there. Can't miss it. It's filthy, but surprisingly efficient. So what do you say? Will you help me? You're dubious, skeptical. That's good. All I ask is that you consider it and stay watchful. I'll do the same. Small beginnings and such. Simple. If you're half as capable as I think you are, we'll be meeting again soon. So, you're making a stupid face. I'm assuming you have questions? Sorry, it's not a stupid face. It's just... Never mind. I have difficulties. It's a simple misdirection. All members of the Dragon Guard have assumed pseudonyms. There's a Drake of Shields, a Drake of Staves, and so on. It gives us the freedom to act in both plainclothes and uniform. That's a question for the leadership. I like to think it reflects on my keen intellect, but I have no idea. It was probably random. Then again, the Drake of Crowns is a clumsy, short-sighted ass, so maybe there's something to it. Royalty. Of course I am. Am I... I'm being awkward, aren't I? I apologize. I'm not very good. With people, I mean. I usually just avoid talking to people entirely. This is the longest conversation I've had in months. Something like that, I guess. I'm perceptive. Gifted, they say. I can tell when someone's lying, or anxious, or plotting something just by looking at them. But it's too much sometimes, especially when they start talking to me. Yes and no. For better or worse, it made me who I am. I couldn't really talk to people, so I had to learn about them through observation. It honed my senses, made me focus on the little things, details. That's a valuable skill in my profession. You have assets that I don't. Influence, connections, charisma. You're an accomplished warrior. You obviously have no love for the Daedra. We have common enemies, common goals. It's simple. Are you joking? Oh, you're not. No, I'm not interested in petty border disputes. You're still being serious, aren't you? No, I don't care who claims the city. The occupation could last for 20 days or 20 centuries. Doesn't matter. When Akatosh's heir arrives, the old order, all of it, will be swept away. We all are. But that's barely relevant at this point. Let's focus on the Daedra, all right?